For the last 12 years, Apple has been doing something very simple and very loyal. Every iPhone, iPad, and Mac chip made by TSMC. No drama, no cheating, one partner, one factory king. But now, that long relationship might be cracking. And yeah, this is actually a big deal. Here's what's going on in normal human language. Apple's chips, the A series for iPhones and the M series for Macs, are designed by Apple, but TSMC is the company that actually builds them. Think of Apple as the chef and TSMC as the kitchen. Since 2014, Apple has only cooked in TSMC's kitchen, but according to the Wall Street Journal, Apple is now looking around like, what if we try another kitchen for the cheaper meals? Not the fancy pro chips, not the top-tier stuff, but lower-end processors. Basically, Apple is thinking, do all of our chips really need TSMC? And the reason is simple. TSMC is very busy right now, like AI server busy, money raining from the sky busy. Nvidia, AI companies, data centers, everyone wants TSMC's chips. And guess what? Nvidia has now passed Apple as their biggest customer. Yeah, that's wild. So Apple is no longer the VIP sitting at the front table. Now Apple is like, excuse me, we ordered first. And when factories get crowded, 3 bad things happen. 1, prices go up. 2, supply gets tight. And 3, Apple loses leverage. Apple hates losing leverage. So Apple is exploring a backup plan, and the name popping up again is Intel. Yes, that Intel. The same Intel Apple dumped in 2020, like, thanks for the memories, but we're done. Now Intel might be coming back, but in a very different role. Important point here, Intel would not design Apple's chips. Apple is not going back to Intel CPUs. No x86, no old MacBook fans screaming. Intel would only manufacture some Apple chips. That's it. Apple still designs everything. Intel just presses the buttons. Totally different relationship. So when could this happen? Not tomorrow, not next year. Analysts say 2027 or 2028. That means possible A21 or A22 chips, likely for non-pro iPhones, maybe some cheap MacBooks or iPads. Basically the entry-level Apple stuff. The pro users? Relax, you're still safe with TSMC. For now. One big reason this is even possible is Intel's 18A process. Now, don't worry about the name, just know this. Intel really needs big customers, and Apple would be a massive win for them. So Intel is pushing hard to prove, hey, we can do advanced chips too. Please notice us. And Apple loves one thing more than loyalty: options. This is not just about chips, it's about power. Right now, TSMC is strong, Nvidia is growing like crazy, AI servers are eating all the silicon, and memory companies like Samsung and SK Hynix are raising prices. Even Apple is feeling it. Apple's RAM suppliers are basically saying, pay more. Apple's reaction, okay, but we're watching you. Tim Cook himself said memory prices are starting to bite a little. Not painful, more like a mosquito bite, but he also said Apple will look at options. And when Apple says that, it usually means we're planning something sneaky. Now, here's the funny part. With all of this, rising costs, AI competition, chip drama, Apple just made $143.8 billion in one quarter. That's not revenue, that's a money printer. And Apple expects even more growth next quarter. So no, Apple is not struggling. This is not a panic move. This is Apple doing what Apple always does, planning 5 years ahead. Also important, analyst Ming-Chi Kuo says iPhone 18 prices probably won't go up. So no, this does not mean $2,000 iPhones, or sorry guys, blame Intel. Apple will protect pricing first, always. So let's zoom out. What's really happening here? Apple is doing 3 things: reducing risk, gaining leverage, and sending a message to TSMC. That message is basically, we love you, but don't get too comfortable. Classic Apple move. Will Apple fully leave TSMC? No, not a chance. TSMC is still the best, still the most reliable, still the king. But exclusivity? That might be ending. And once exclusivity ends, Apple becomes even more powerful. The funniest part, Intel gets a second chance, TSMC gets competition, Nvidia gets even stronger, and Apple keeps printing money like nothing happened. The real winner here is Apple's supply chain strategy. Silent, slow, deadly. So yeah, keep an eye on 2027 and 2028, because if you see an iPhone chip made by Intel, that's not a mistake. That's Apple playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. And trust me, this story is just getting started.